What's up everybody, this is Ven bringing you another mock spotlight where we take apart what you build. And for today's episode we'll be taking a look at WAA and WA, created and posted to our message boards by Ghidora131. What is it with you people and the numbers and your usernames and such? But now before we get started, let me remind you of my method of reviewing, which involves a point system that is based on 3 fundamental attributes: the overall appearance of the mock, the build of the mock itself, and the concept and ideas behind the mock's creation. Each quality amounts up to 10 points for a final score that will be determined at the end of the episode, and please remember that this is all based on my opinion, so let's get this started. Alright, so what we have here is a clear tribute to Mario and Luigi. Whew, I know that's gonna trigger some people. Nope, just kidding. Wario and Waluigi, the supposed evil clones of Mario and Luigi, and gosh dang, they just look beautiful. Also a slight bit disturbing, but in the best way possible. And plus, I mean, when you think about it, evil clones are kind of a disturbing concept as it is, so it's only fitting to make these look as weird and disturbing as possible. I mean, these proportions are just like off the charts, sure, but if you actually look at them as caricatures of the characters, then the exaggerated details and proportions all become a lot more forgivable. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of aspects that can be appreciated here. The variety of parts used creatively and effectively here in this mock. Like, just look at these shoes. On both models, actually, these shoes were really well thought out. Because, I mean, if I was in the builder's shoes, building these shoes, I wouldn't really think of using frogs to be the pointy ends of the Wario shoes, or using the big freaking part separator pieces as Waluigi shoes. I mean, you really gotta have some sort of twisted vision to be building these the way they are. A twisted vision in a good way. And of course, we can't ignore the other key characteristics to these models that were also captured with such attention to detail and respect, like the mustaches, the ears on Wario, the eyebrows and the eyeball shapes, and of course the little pink knobby noses. Heck, just look at the complexion on Wario's chinny chin. I mean, never before have I ever seen such an accurate depiction of a butt chin in Lego form. Ben Affleck would be proud. And of course, it does go without saying that these models, while they do have a lot of good quirks going for them, they also have a couple of bad quirks. Like, what happened here? It's like Wario got liposuction on his hips. Like, he got such a nice round shape for the front of his belly, and then once you turn him to the side, it goes completely flat like a piece of paper. And then of course there's a severe lacking of articulation. Meanwhile, Waluigi, don't even get me started on Waluigi when it comes to articulation. The poor guy can't even move his shoulders. I mean, his arms can kind of swivel up and down, but he can't bend his elbows. I mean, basically, his arms are stuck like this. They are completely fixed at this angle. And then his legs are just, wow. Okay, so we know that these things are not built to be the best action figures, but bearing that in mind, it's clear that these are mostly meant for display. You know, something you want to throw up on your desk. Maybe attach some magnets to them and put them on the fridge so that your whole family can see them. Regardless of all the flaws we see here, we still have some very unique looking models that were indeed fairly well thought out, especially when you consider that these mocks were built as a joke. Like, they're supposed to look ridiculous. You know, there's nothing to be taken seriously here. I mean, just look at the actual characters themselves. These guys, well, what? And this is why I say that these models are very great representations of the characters, though not completely accurate, but they do definitely capture the charm and ridiculousness of these characters. And now I feel I am just about ready to go ahead and move on to the scores. So for these mocks, in terms of appearance, I decree a 6 out of 10. They may not be the most pleasing to the eyes, they may not be the most perfected, or maybe not among some of the coolest mocks you've ever seen, but I mean, I appreciate the caricature style and the goofiness and humor behind the models, so I do gotta give them some credit here. I mean, you know, why not? Get it? Why not? Yeah. In terms of the build, these mocks receive a 6 out of 10. In terms of functionality and playability, posability, all that good stuff that would usually come with figures similar to this, these models are very lacking. However, they do demonstrate some rather creative and clever usage of system parts that I would actually love to see pulled off as well as this in some other mocks I've seen. And in terms of the concept, these mocks receive a 9 out of 10. Because yes, these mocks do have their issues, but there's no denying in how ridiculous they look, and these mocks were purposefully built to be ridiculous. And it's all done so in a way that it almost kind of makes you forget about the flaws and anything else you would really take seriously, because you're not supposed to take these things seriously at all. I mean, the characters they're based on already have ridiculous designs, so all he did was just make them look a little bit more ridiculous using whatever Lego pieces he had. And so, with all that said, we are left with a final score of 21 out of 30. You did a pretty decent job, Ghidora131, and believe it or not, I actually do hope to see more out of you. This was a really fascinating to look at. Definitely got a good bit of wahs out of me, you know? So keep on building, and the same goes for you viewers. If you would like a chance to be featured on the Mock Spotlight sometime in the future, all you gotta do is post to our message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Check out the LEGO Creations category, and if you're confused about how the whole process works, there's a separate video here right on the channel that'll show you step by step on what to do. So I hope to see you there, and if not, well, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.